Hi folks, Sandro here with more cartoon news and shenanigans, and today we're going to have a quick little discussion about the Smurfs. This is something I missed. So this news came out I think a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And why did I miss this news? That's because, my God, Paramount Plus went bananas on Twitter. They announced I don't even know, 10 different new projects that were going to be coming this year, next year, maybe even a couple years into the future. Most of the things I think were coming in the next 2 or 3 years, though. But just to give you an example of some of the things I covered, we're getting two new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. One of them is going to be done by Seth Rogen. One of them is going to be done by, I think, Michael Bay, which did the previous Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies. We also had four. Okay, so SpongeBob is getting a fourth movie, right? So the original SpongeBob, then there was Sponge Out of Water, and then there was SpongeBob. Wait, what was the other one? SpongeBob, Sponge on the Run, right? That was the most recent one. So those are three movies. Now we're going to be getting the fourth SpongeBob movie. On top of that, we're also getting a Sandy Cheeks movie, which is kind of like a spin-off movie. And I believe we're getting three addition on top of the Sandy Cheeks. Oh, no, wait. I think the Sandy Cheeks is one. Yeah, I think that's what it was. So Sandy Cheeks movie and then two other ones. I speculated maybe we're going to get a Squidward movie. Maybe we're going to get a Larry the Lobster. What other characters could they ever do, right? My big idea also was that Mr. Krabs tell the story of how Mr. Krabs ended up adopting Pearl. Why does Mr. Krabs have a Pearl for a daughter? We don't know. It's never explained. I'd love to see a movie on that specifically because that's one of the biggest mysteries in all of SpongeBob. But so you can see there was a lot of news. There was just a lot of news. Oh, Blue's Clues. Blue's Clues is getting a new movie, live action. They're bringing back Steve and Joe, and I forget the other one's name. But all three original hosts are coming back for Blue's Clues. And there's a lot of stuff that had to be covered in the last couple weeks. This is something I just totally forgot to cover, and I'm going to do it now because we're still years away from this actually coming out. A lot of people didn't even know that there's going to be more Smurf movies, so I got to cover it, I got to cover it. So let's talk. Let's discuss. I read through the article, and there's a couple of interesting tidbits. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be coming to Paramount Plus. So Nickelodeon is owned by Paramount Global, which is right, Paramount Plus. So everything here is coming to Paramount Plus. It seems there's going to be a couple. We don't know how many Smurf movies, but it seems there's going to be at least two of them. At minimum, we're getting two here. And we do know that one of them is going to be a CGI musical feature. So they're going for that Disney kind of vibe, right? Where it's whenever I think of the Smurfs, I think of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, right? You remember that movie where it's the Seven Dwarfs are I ho, it's off to work we go. Whenever I think of those dwarfs, I always think of the Smurfs just in their village working away, So I was thinking to myself, yeah, Smurfs actually would be really good for a musical adaptation. I just don't know what the plot could be. I feel like they've really exhausted a lot of the plots. We did the thing with Neil Patrick Harris where we went into the real world. Then they did it a second time with the Smurfs 2. And then recently we had Smurfs The Lost Village. That one was actually, it was an interesting movie. I just thought, I didn't like it though. I gave it a 5 out of 10, but I have to admit, I always kind of wondered, how were the Smurfs born? You know what I mean? Were they just created of nature? Were they just, born from nature? Maybe Smurfs are created from flowers, or no, Smurf berries, right? Maybe Smurf berries. Maybe if an animal eats a Smurf berry, they turn into a Smurf? I don't No, I always wondered, how the hell were these Smurf things created? And the Lost Village kind of gave us an answer to that long-awaited question that I guess it didn't need to be answered, right? I guess you could have said Smurfs are these mystical creatures. We don't need to know how they were born and created. But No, and the reason that people wanted to know that is because it was an entire village of men, right? It's like 90 like blue Smurfs that are all men, and then Smurfette, So people were like, "Whoa, how did this like entire village of men like exist? Where's all the women?" Et cetera, et cetera. So in this movie, they try to do the whole, it's the lost village. The Smurfs, just like you and me, we're humans. We give birth to children. There was actually a whole village of female Smurfs that got separated from the male tribe of Smurfs, and I just thought I thought the idea was interesting. The execution, the storytelling, I just didn't think it was a good movie. I thought the plot was just really bad. I didn't like the feminist stuff in there. They always try. It's like you're telling me that the male Smurfs are these weakling little pieces of garbage. Meanwhile, all of the female Smurfs were like these tribal Amazonian warriors fighting with spears. They're intelligent, so they really played up the women for this film. I don't know, man. Like they're doing it way, way too much in films these days where it's like, oh yeah, the women aren't just better than the men. The women are this much better than the men. And I'm getting really sick of it. So I just didn't think that was a great film. But I did like the idea. I did appreciate the concept that they tried to, answer the question, why is it that there's this entire tribe of male Smurfs? How do they reproduce? And I guess we kind of have an answer going forward. There was a second tribe. Or I kind of like my idea where like maybe if an animal eats a Smurf berry, maybe it lays like a Smurf egg, like any animal that lays eggs, like a bird. So like, let's just say like a robin or like okay, maybe not a blue jay because that's kind of cheating, but like, let's just say that a sparrow or a parrot or something, right? They eat a Smurf berry and they lay eggs. Some of those eggs are birds, but like some of them are also Smurfs. That would be a cool concept if they ever wanted to kind of retcon the Lost Village out of existence. That's a cool way. That's what I would have done that if I was writing that movie, if I really had to explain how the Smurfs came to be instead of doing this whole Lost Village thing. But yeah, so we got Smurfs the Lost Village, and since then, it's like, where do we go plot-wise, right? Where do we go? We did the live-action thing. They've been to the human world. We found another village. We have that answered. Where else could they go? Like, Gargamel's backstory? Like, is that where we're going now? Like, are we going to explore Gargamel? Are there other wizards? We always see, Gargamel has magic. The question is, are there other people in the Smurf land or like what Smurfville? Like what kind of world do they live on? They obviously don't live on Earth, but like this, let's just say Smurf land. Let's call it Smurf land, right? Are there other wizards? What happens if a competent wizard actually were to take the essence of the Smurfs, right? Imagine like Gargamel. He tells other wizards, like, hey, there's these Smurfs. And they all laugh at him like, oh, you can't even catch a Smurf. And then the other wizards are like, hey, we should try it. Okay, like, what even is a Smurf? Let's go and try and catch one. And it would be kind of dark. I think it would be cool if, like, other wizards and witches, maybe it's a Harry Potter vibe. They discover Smurfs exist. And they have magical powers. Smurfs just have magical powers. So if they absorb the Smurf energy and take their essence, they can do all kinds of crazy shit. And now the Smurfs are being hunted out of extinction. Okay, this is never going to happen. Oh my God. Can you imagine? Smurfs, extinction level event. That would be the movie. Or no, like Smurfs hunted to extinction. Oh my God. Can you imagine that? Smurfs. The last of the Smurfs. It's kind of like the last of the Mohicans, but with more Smurf involved. Yeah, I would like to see something like that where the Smurfs are being hunted out of existence, and now it's a dark film where they're trying to like kill the wizards. Or this is a kids movie. This is never gonna happen. Where am I going with this? But yeah, I think I talked enough about it. I also wanted to give a shout out to This guy, I noticed as soon as I saw South Park, I did see this. The film will be scripted by Pam Brady, who wrote for South Park and co-created the notorious Mr. Wong. I never read that. I never saw that. A web series that drew accusations of racism from Asian Americans and others. I mean, like, it's a South Park writer. You probably should expect it to be offended. So I don't really care. I honestly, I've never read Mr. Wong. I don't know how bad or how racist. It says accusations. It doesn't actually say there was anything racist, but like, I don't think it was that bad. South Park writers usually are really, really good. So this can only be good. I think, like, if we have a South Park writer on a Smurfs movie, I think we could get something quality. And yeah, that's mostly all of the things I wanted to talk about. I did read through it and I saw there's not much else here. They go over like it was created in 1958. So it's been a long while. There was an old school Smurf cartoon way back in the day. I do like this. And together it grossed over 1.1 billion. Yeah, the last 3 movies grossed 1.1 billion. So nothing to sneeze at. This is like $1 billion franchise. So no wonder they're going to keep it going here. They probably saw Trolls. You know how Trolls does the whole musical thing? My thought process is they looked at Trolls, they saw how Trolls was doing like Trolls World Tour, and they're like, hey, we need to get those kids like bopping in the theaters, singing songs and dancing, so we got to make a Smurf musical. Yeah, so it's all about the moolah. It's all about the money. They want the money. And yeah, so I am interested. I have seen all the Smurf movies. I do like the Smurfs. I've seen the old cartoon as a kid. I do like the Smurfs, but like I am feeling a little bit burnt out. I don't know where the plot is going to go for these. It's not even just one movie. They said movies, like multiple movies. And where could they take the plot other than Gargamel's backstory? Like, where else? We've gone to Earth. We've found we discovered how Smurfs exist in the first place because there's 2 tribes. Where do we go from here? That's what I need you guys to answer in the comment section down below. Do you like my idea where it's like Smurfs extinction, extinction of the Smurfs? Let me know in the comment section down below. Please like, please share, and please subscribe, guys. I am on the road to 1,000. I think I've got like, hold on here, 701 subs. I'm doing really good. My numbers are up. My watch time's up. You can see the little green arrows here. The only thing that's down is my subscriber. Guys, subscribe, please. Thank you. 2 thumbs up if you just subscribed. I really want to do this full time. I want to get to 1,000. God bless everybody. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.